I just didn't feel comfortable being grilled about my medical history in front of 40 strangers.
He tells KDKA investigates that a weekly trip to spread joy and happiness regularly turns into an embarrassing headache.
He talked to consumer investigator Megan Schiller, saying Greyhound keeps refusing to let him board a bus with his service animal.
Once a week, Stephen Gailey and his service dog Neil head to Harrisburg to spread joy.
But we're in Harrisburg. I'm helping a group there called Self-Esteem Ministries start their own clown troupe, and they're going to go to the hospital there.
He's teaching inner city kids how to be clowns for humor therapy. But his experience lately, with Neil by his side, has been anything but funny.
The steward on the bus wanted to know why I had him, and I said he's a service dog. Now, at the time, it was a very hot day, so I wasn't wearing his vest. And he wanted to know what he did for me. And he wanted to know what was wrong with me that I had him with me.
Gailey takes Amtrak out to Harrisburg with no issues, but says some of the bus drivers and employees at Greyhound question his service dog and his disability.
Well, it takes 2 or 3 hours to get someone. And then you get someone in another country, and about 1 in 3 times they don't understand what he is. And they say dogs aren't allowed on the bus, and then hang up on me.
After he said it happened on multiple trips, he's speaking out. Greyhound's policy on its website states, "We welcome service animals on board Greyhound buses. They always seem to enjoy the ride, too."
But that's not their phone line. That's not half of their staff. When they stranded me in Harrisburg a month ago, I had to take out all of the paperwork. I had to give some guy that I never met before at the station, I had to beg him to put me on the next bus because this other guy made a mistake, and I'm not supposed to have to do that.
Gailey suffers from seizures and doesn't feel comfortable driving. He says Neil's by his side to alert him about a potential upcoming seizure. KDKA Investigates learned under the Americans with Disabilities Act, in situations where it's not obvious that a dog is a service animal, staff can ask 2 questions. First, is the service animal required because of a disability? And second, what work or task has the dog been trained to perform? Staff are not allowed to request documentation for the dog, require that the dog demonstrate its task, or even inquire about the person's disability. KDKA Investigates reached out to Greyhound directly, and a Greyhound spokesperson said that it's working with this passenger, and we remain committed to ensuring accessibility for every single passenger, including those with disabilities and those who require the use of service animals.
Someone from their public relations department called and told me that Greyhound really cares and that they understand this is an issue and they're going to fix it. But no one in charge is willing to talk to me.
Another issue he says he's run into with Greyhound staff is questioning why his service dog is a bulldog. You might have noticed Neil doesn't look like a German Shepherd or a fluffy golden retriever, but the ADA does not restrict the type of dog breeds that can be service dogs. I think a lot of people don't know that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, what if the dog is acting up or barking? Does that change anything?
Yeah, that was something that they ran into where Neil was barking because there were rats near one of the Greyhound bus stops, and they said, well, your dog shouldn't be acting up. We have this idea that a dog will just sit there perfectly and not make any sound. That's actually not included in any of the ADA rules. If anything, some dogs do bark to alert their owners when they're going to have a medical episode.
Right.
So there are protections if you are a business owner or a company, if the dog is acting, really, really unruly, and maybe possibly it's a safety issue. But other than that, dogs are allowed to bark, even if they're service dogs.
Yep.
Interesting.
Still dogs, okay.
Thank you.